took it really hard. Why nothing to us?
Even though Nathaniel McCauley was too young to remember his mother, she died when he was a toddler, he does not want the community to forget about her unsolved death.
She loved us. You know, she loved people. Basically wanted to live a full life, you know, and that never took place. That never happened for her.
Living without his mother, McCauley felt a void.
I just turned to drugs and alcohol, you know what I mean? It was like the mess just took that empty feeling away. My grandma raised us the best she could, but we just, you know what I mean? We were just two young kids without a mom and without a dad, and it was just hard for us, you know?
What did she want you to know about your mother?
That she was a good girl. She was a little rebellious. She had us when she was young, but she tried her best to raise us as a young kid.
Terry McCauley was only 18 in the fall of 1983 when she did not return home after a night out with friends. They last saw her get into a vehicle near a bar on the west side of the city. Several days later, her body was found miles away in a wooded area off of Floyd Boulevard.
This lady needs justice. Her family needs justice.
Retired Police Sergeant Tony Sunclade served in the Detective Bureau during the era of Terry McCauley's murder.
Weeks later, I was involved in a case where an individual fired a shotgun into a house where his ex-girlfriend was living. It was the same type of shotgun, same kind of rounds that was used in this. And just one thing led to another, and I started piecing stuff together, and it sounded like, hey, maybe this guy is good for the Terry McCauley homicide.
Do you believe beyond a doubt that this person did not only the shooting that you first investigated, but also murdered Terry McCauley?
I have no doubt.
Why isn't he arrested? What is going on here, do you think?
The county attorney's office decided that there was not enough evidence. Period.
You saw the evidence. Do you think there was enough evidence?
Absolutely, there was enough evidence to take this to a grand jury, and I'm sure there would have been an indictment.
Even though the Sioux City Police Department classifies Terry McCauley a cold case, work continues to officially identify her killer. Can I get your name and your title?
Okay. It's Sergeant Mike Manthorn. I'm the supervisor in charge of crimes against persons and investigations. It's very frustrating because, you know, we obviously deal with very high standards of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. You know, when you're looking at taking something to trial, obviously we can make arrests on probable cause, and we feel that we probably would have enough to do that. But you have to be very careful in a case like this, because once it's been to trial, if you don't get a successful verdict, then the double jeopardy kicks in, and we're done.
Are you able to name a suspect?
I'd rather keep him off the list.
I talked to an investigator who's working the case now, and a lot of it, they're trying to hinge a lot of it on DNA evidence.
Yes.
But that, of course, you know this all too well, is that takes time. And I know for some there's concern that there won't be enough time to bring the suspect to justice.
Well, he'll face justice eventually in where God decides to put him when he's gone.
Advocacy groups also want justice for Terry McCauley. Some even started a Facebook page to increase awareness and support.
I think that's what really brought it in the spotlight.
Nathaniel McCauley also credits awareness of the missing and murder Indigenous women's movement for keeping his mother's name alive, and his tribe, the Omaha people, for keeping him grounded.
We need that in our life.
A life for Nathaniel McCauley that includes sobriety, 5 years clean and counting. He perseveres for himself and his mother.
Just push for that justice.
In Sioux City, Sheila Brummer, Siouxland Public Media News.